и добрый вечер. My name is Katerina Petrovna Zamolodchkova. How the fuck are you doing? Don't be fooled, I am just your average run-of-the-mill Russian bisexual transvestite hooker. Board-certified Pilates instructor. Currently a person of interest in 3 different time zones. The sweatiest woman in show business, and I have a certificate. And I can see already a little confusion. Don't become emotional. I am, how you say, like, what you're seeing, there is a bit of cognitive dissonance because I appear Michelle Pfeiffer. But in your ears, Borat. It's okay, it's an unfortunate characteristic of every single Russian woman. We are like 6-foot-tall supermodel, but we sound like your Uncle Jerry. Very excited to be here tonight. Let's take a moment, please. I'm sure you're still reeling from the discovery that I'm concert violinist. We process together. Okay, thank you. I'm very happy to be here. I want to share with you a little bit about my life. I know you're hot, sweaty, and the mall is probably wearing off, but let's go on the journey together. Of course, I come from Russia. At the age of 3, I was mauled by a bear. So naturally, I skipped puberty. And by 4.5, I was a fully formed adult human woman. You can imagine the jealousy. And even though I was grown, my mother insisted on tucking me into bed at night like a little girl, and every night she would tuck me in and tell me a bedtime story, always the same story. She would say, Katynka, the moment you were born is a moment from which I will never, ever, physically, emotionally, or spiritually recover. It was as if the devil himself rose up from hell, wrenched apart my legs, and transformed my pelvis into a food processor, churning my innards into this hellish stew of blood and gristle from which your bulbous head appeared. And then you emitted such a deafening scream that I could not handle the fact that this was now, in fact, the horror soundtrack of my life. You know, I don't think she liked me very much. My father was a very typical Russian man, you know, proud, drunk, and dead by 50. But at the very least, he died doing what he loved. Drowning. So, I go to live with my grandmother. She was a blind, crippled, amnesiac woman. I believe you call her Corky. And she was very, very wise, no nonsense. She imparted onto me so many bits of wisdom. She would say, listen, the world is a horrible place filled with atrocities at every turn. People will lie, cheat, and steal from you, even the most cherished friends. Amen. So, if for nothing else, then a few welcome moments of distraction, try your best not to be ugly. And she was very helpful in elucidating the difference between Russian psyche and the rest of the world. She said, as she was on her deathbed, wheezing her last fetid breaths to the atmosphere, in Russia, no one expects to be happy. She also died standing up, which is very impressive, very impressive. So I make my way to America, you know, to pursue fame, fortune, but to be perfectly honest, for full penetrative sexual congress. You like sex? Good, me too. But you have to understand, I'm not your average girl. You see, my vagina, that's Russian for asshole, it's a little further back, slightly shittier model. And I quickly found out that my method of romantic overture is a little bit direct. I would go into a bar and click, click, clack, click, clack, tap, tap, tap. Ah. Excuse me, sir, would you care to do sex to my genital tonight? 45% success rate with this one. Other times, I'm in a rush. I don't have time. Ladies, you understand, we're busy people. I go, whack on the back of the head and 100% success rate. Sometimes you just have to spell it out. But even in America, land of freedom, opportunity, and happiness, I faced hardship, trouble, depression, anxiety. And for one whole year, I had my period every day. It was this, I was so confused and I didn't know what to do, but sometime around Christmas I realized it was just a wound. From a samurai sword. I can be so ditzy. Anyways, unfortunately, I have to say that this kind of world weirdly malaise that so many Russians are known for, I carry it too because nothing's ever really satisfying, you know? And, well, if you've ever received cunnilingus from a Polish man, then you're no doubt familiar with the concept of disappointment. So, I write a song about it and I wish to sing it here tonight, but I have to warn you, my singing voice is perfect. So, maestro, when you get a second, you cue up the backing track and I'll deliver the vocals on the microphone.